Okay, good morning, everybody. I got my leftovers from last night when I was playing around with some stuff. That's where I kind of came with this idea. Let me just restart or, do a new file. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. Um, Good free comic book day. I actually did not make it out to a store, but I kind of feel like they're really not made for me. I think free comic book day is great for people who are kind of getting into things and kids and that kind of stuff. And, like I know what comics I like. And I ended up just you know, making 3D objects and painting at home instead of going out, um, which, equally good for me. Um, so yesterday I was playing around. Where's my axes? I guess that's my axes. Yeah. I was playing around with making some new stamps. And I went into the 3D coat and I was making some things and I made this one. Let me upres so you can see it well. What? Oh, there we go. Layers. Increase res. Okay, and I made that. And I was like, okay. And I was actually thinking about using it as essentially like, I don't know, a pillar or just some kind of fluff bit for an engine or whatever. But I had this idea and I wanted to try continuous, no thickness. Yeah. So if you do this, and let's turn on line constraint too. Yeah. And I'm right down this, or reasonably close down the center. Check this out. That, my friends, is a pretty sweet tank tread. And I was like, ooh, tank tread. And it made me think that I think I'm going to make a land vehicle with treads this morning. That's kind of where we're going to start. So we're not going to start with the treads, but I just wanted to show you that's kind of what started this. And it's a reason I was saying you should always play with these things to see what you get. Because I was not expecting tank treads at all. I was literally just making like a weird little cylinder. But, you never know. And I think it turned out pretty cool for having that. Um, so let's go back to just a regular body type. And what do I want to use for a body? I think I'm going to start with just a cube. Um, and I want to make it down the center. That's not right. I'm going to try to get it as close to flat as reasonably possible. And I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And I feel like, let's see what we got. All right, it's kind of a strange body, but I think we can work with it to start with. It wasn't exactly lined up right for vertical. Let's see if we can try that again. Sometimes I'm still figuring out this what you call it, constraint to line tool, and I'm not bad at it, but I feel like I'll get better. Okay, that's better. That's more of a square that I wanted. And the top stuff is just gonna be fluff anyway. So let's take that, and now I'd like it a little bit wider. So with the move tool, inner radius to full, make it big, pull it out a little bit. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to be our tank body. Um, I say I'm still on way low res. Well, actually, I'm rough res ones from before, but that's our tank body. Let's make the treads now on a different layer. And increase the res twice on it. I don't think we need more than 2 times though. Go back to clay. Pick our rib cylinder. Which one do I want? I made 3. I think this one has the most extreme. Let's try and see what happens. This is the less extreme version of the same tool. Mark it in there. line it up. Okay, kind of dig on that one. So it doesn't have this one only has one level up, where the other ones had like 2 or 3, but I kind of like it. Let's see, is it reasonably straight? Yeah, reasonably. I think it's probably cocked in just a tiny bit, but that's cool. We'll call it good. Okay, so now I need to move it down a little bit because it's a little too close to the building. So let's do that and drag it down a little bit and out a little bit. Okay, tank treads. Woo! Now, from here on out, it's kind of a matter of figuring out what we want the shape to be like. Actually, I think I want to take the body and shrink it in a little bit if I can. Let's see. Is that better? Whoa. Let's see if it'll let me do that. I can't. Well, that's fine. I'll just cut it. I want it to be as far forward as the treads. Oh, of course, now I'm destroying my symmetry on this particular tool. But I guess I've already done it. Okay. So now let's cut, turn off line. Well, it's actually kind of cool, but and okay, so ooh, okay, I'm not right. That's off. Should always look at this upside down. Let's move those again. Might need to remake them. I'm not sure I can move. Yeah, there. Or I might be able to move them. Let's try that. Make sure I'm on active layer only. Yes. Okay. There we go. That's better. And now I should be able to do the same with our body. Let's see. It's not exactly centered, but let's try it. It's just a matter of getting things set up. And this is what, this is what playing is for, guys. This is why you don't always get it right the first time. And that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to cut it in because we're going to, there we go. Oh no, we were there. Okay. Here we go. How do we feel? It's not exactly right, but I think for the purposes of doinking, that's kind of neat though. Oh, I wonder if I can, ooh, I wonder, can I do that? Let's see what happens. Can we, I'm gonna try something else. I haven't used this tool before, the cut tool. Okay, so now, did it cut it? It's supposed to cut it in 2 different layers. I don't know if it did. Come on, cut tool, why are you not working? Constraint to line, active layer only. Can we try it again? Makes any noise. It's thinking this time. Ah. So what I'm trying to do basically is, because I've messed up my symmetry, I'm going to cut one half of it away, flip the other half of it, and then just fill the middle part, and hopefully that should reset my symmetry. Which is not the most authentic way of making something, but if it'll work, Great, and it lets me try a new tool that I haven't tried before, which would be that cut tool. And it also means we get to watch the three amiibos or whatever they are bounce around for a bit. Okay, looks like it's thinking. Did something. Okay, layers. Whew, wow, we got lots of layers now. I don't know what they are. Okay, these are our treads. So we want layer 11. And let's duplicate. And then flip. Booyah! Along the axis. Cool. Now, I don't know what these layers are. But let's just see what they are one at a time. Can we turn everything off? Because I want to delete the ones I don't need. Okay, everything's off. 1, it's no longer there, so let's delete it. 2 is the treads. Okay. 3 is that side. Or 11 is that side. That's something down the middle that we're going to get rid of. I don't really want it. 13. So half of that. 14 is some weird little piece of nothing. We're going to get rid of 14. 15, also some weird little piece of nothing. No. Oh, did I just delete? I just delete? Oh. All right, I'm deleted the half, but 15 is going to go away. 16, piece of nothing's going away. 3, it's going away. Ugh! Did I just delete the whole thing? I hate that. And there's no undo. You bastard. All right, but actually, we'll just, fine. We'll do that. 3, I don't really care which one it is. Duplicate. Flip. Ha! Since I don't really care yet, that's fine. And let's try to merge those two. Okay, so now body, treads. Okay, body. Now, that was a lot of work. I apologize. So now let's cut into our body some. I'm going to rename it just so I know. Body. And let's rename this one too. Okay, so the body, I want to I like that backside for the tank. The front's not working for me yet. But let's go tools, back to clay. Set this back to the center. And yes, cool, cool, cool. Turn on the line constraint. And right in there. Cool, cool. Okay, and then we need to fill the space down the center, which also gives a chance to give us our like turrety area. Shrink it down. Just using the straight, simple cube tool. It's nothing complicated here yet at all. Making some shapes. Okay. And I could fill this bottom part. I guess I might as well. There's no strong reason for it, but did I got a little bit of garbage there. Let's just clean the garbage up. Bigger. And there, and one more. Okay, so center's been filled. We have kind of a aggro looking body tip for the tank now. I'm liking this. All right, so now let's take it into some other cool shapes. Might be time to switch brushes. You can tell I'm a Photoshop guy because I really do think of these as brushes more than I think of them as, um, stamps or whatever they call them. So these are all the different things I was making yesterday. Um, and they're kind of neat. I like them. These are just again, the stamps of the brushes that I was making, and a single. And I got them from just other 3D greeble objects that I already had. And that's cool. Just reusing. These are things that I had made or found before that I was using primarily in the old days with 3D Coat, but they will work really nicely for what I want to do with this. So I'm just kind of building up something techie looking, honestly. And we're going to cut into it a bunch, so whatevs. But I want to give it some of that. Again, I'm not trying to make a U.S. military tank. I'm trying to make like some kind of sci-fi, you know. I guess Star Wars doesn't use treads, but sci-fi, whatever it is. And let's go use some of theirs now. Mechanical. Let's grab something a little bit more flat. I like this piece a lot. I know it's supposed to be like a hinge kind of thing, but it just makes a neat kind of semi sort of solid resting plate, and it looks sort of aggro and military. I am clearly not. My street credibility is zero, guys. Nah, no, still not exactly where I want it. I want it kind of lower. Better. All right. So some noise greebly bits. I kind of want to give this thing something covering the treads, at least to try it, but I'm going to do that on a different layer now. So I think we'll call this on the body, because we're on body, right? Please let me be on body. Yes, I'm on body. So new layer. This is where I want to put doing some extra parts so that I can maybe texture them slightly differently. Group by continuous, line constraint. Let's shrink this down. Is it there? I'm going to flip it around though. Okay, reasonably close. There we go. Starting point. And then now I'm going to reverse myself again. I'm going to come over to this side. It's going to be easier just because I'm right-handed to do this, to line it up this way. Not perfect, but not bad. Let's see if we can. No. Let's filled in now. No, I did it underneath it, which is kind of neat, but not where I want it. There we go. That's. Yeah, again, not right, but let's leave it off for now. We'll make a better idea. I'm gonna try now. I'm on my own layer. Move tool, and we're still set to active layer only, right? Yeah. Okay, bring it out. Then no. Although actually said no, but kind of cool. Never be afraid of happy accidents, right? Um, Silly, but I like it. We're going for, we're not really going for a realistic tank. We're going for, you know, kind of sci-fi looking, and I think that meets the bill. And it kind of gives it that sort of aggro look. And I like those like lots of little plates everywhere look. Kind of makes it, I don't know, it's like radar absorptive airplanes, whatever, like the baffling. I don't know. We're just making it up, but man, it looks cool. So fuck it. Who cares? Right. So there's our tread hoods or what? Fenders? Is that what they call them? I'm going to call it a tread hood because that just seems much cooler than fender. Um, and let's see what else we want to put on this piece in particular. So we're going to kind of, let's go big. And cool. A little bit of that. I'm digging. Then maybe we'll go to single. Shrink it down. No. 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 I'm not liking it there. Well, we tried. It might need some finer stuff. This is one of those ones that it might actually make more sense to take it into 3D code afterward. But we'll try this. I created this piece. This is just a neat little, like, I don't know, thing. You can see it's kind of square, but I think that it feels like armor plating. See? Yeah, there you go. Okay. That's cool. Do we want it in the front too, maybe? Can we, like, bring it in there? Does that work? Yeah, maybe. Let's see if we do that. All right, sure. I don't know, but for right now, sure. So those are tread hoods. Now, which we'll rename it to tread clear. Tread hoods. Okay. No. No undo. Actually, there's undo. What am I talking about? There. Okay, no undo in that specific case before, but we can do that. Okay, that's cool. Now, it's feeling like a treaded vehicle. Those are not lined up exactly, but okay, concept art. This is not a final model. I got to keep reminding myself of that because, as I have maybe mentioned before, my tendency is towards perfection, and perfection is the enemy of concept art. Um, Perfection makes you spend hours and hours and hours doinking with something that really probably doesn't matter that much, um, which is the enemy of concept art. Um, unless you're in that phase, and then it's the requirement of concept art. But mm, makes it feel a little bubbly. But I feel like maybe when we add on to it, it'll work out okay. I'm losing those nice pieces, but I can always bring that other detail back if I need to. And I do want it to have kind of more of that feel to it. That hood's a little smooth. There's another hood, right? I think I have two hoods here. That's kind of a hood. It's more like a, but I think we'll use it as a hood. Okay, come in, flip it around. Yeah, see, I'm gonna lose like all that now, but okay. Yeah, it's definitely feeling more tanky now though. So, okay, losing it's probably not a bad thing. Okay. I am a big piss off tank. Um, a big piss off tank needs a barrel. Now, what's the best way for us to make a barrel? Well, first off, put that on the tread hood body. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. New layer and increase res. Now, this is our barrel. How do we want to do it? Pill, maybe? I've not used the pill before. Double barrel? Double barrel. Lined up. Okay, can we? We know we can't actually because we're on our own layer. Bring them apart a little bit. Move them up a little bit. Cool. All right, barrels. Let's rename it. Let's see if I can remember to actually stay on my layer the way I'm supposed to. Yeah, reverse of fluorescent. Turn off line. Turn on single again because we want to give it some kind of other stuff so that it feels sort of barrel-like. And let's take that. Yes, but no. Yes. Okay. And then let's see, what can we put on the end? Kind of just give it some. No, we don't want that there. But maybe there. Why did I not get to? Oh, I moved it. That's why. Never mind. Well, we'll just leave them as barrels then. I'm going to be lazy. I screwed up and I moved the barrels. So now they're no longer exactly symmetrical down the center. So, yay. But again, concept art. Okay. So barrels, let's go to new layer. Increase res twice. Here's where we're going to do more like tank body part stuff. On side. Yep, good. And I saw a cool, I think, let's look, cloth. Yeah, so these cool like packs. And what I always loved about like the World War II tanks is how they had like this crap like just sitting off the side, kind of like that. But I want to do it on my own layer. We're gonna call this one, let's rename. This one is body parts for detail. And then we're going to another new layer. Increase the res twice. We're going to rename this one to cloth. So now I can actually texture it right and not screw it up the way I did the Rebel base before. So let's get some like cloth things sitting off the side there. And maybe even like there. I don't know. Cool. There's our cloth. And we will hopefully probably never go back to this layer again. So back to body parts. And mechanical. And ooh, that's neat. I don't know what it is, but it's neat. We can definitely use that, right? They like glasses. It's just a science fiction part. But now it's some kind of like ablative shield. It's cool. Cool. So it's just the techie bitsing of the thing. Um, Kind of a stubby tank, but all right. I maybe should have made it longer. Um, you start designing in 3D and you start being able to really see where something that might look right on paper just doesn't look super right. And that's one of those cases where it's like, this probably would have worked. I want to do this as a drawing, and I never would have thought about it. But when I put it into the actual model, I'm like, oh wait, it's kind of a stubby tank. Um, so nothing wrong with stubby tanks, so it's cool. All tanks are beautiful. Let's go with upside down. Yeah, looking for something like you said, like a hatch. Maybe make it smaller. Yeah, we'll leave it. It's not really a great hatch, but fine. And I'm just sort of adding interest at this point. I don't want to add so much stuff that we lose our sense of read. Like we want our bigs, mediums, and smalls, but I also kind of want to give it some big fuck off missiles. So, when in doubt, big fuck off missiles. Um, Maybe on this back part here is where we can put like a door. So I'm going to actually turn off mirroring and grab something I can use. Maybe mine. That thing. And it goes the other way. Yes, it goes out. It's another one of those pieces that I made yesterday. Shrink it down. Okay, not exactly right, but close enough. Cool. Turn back on mirroring again. Really like that shape. I don't know why, but I do. Let's fill that in. We see it now. Yep, filled in. And maybe let's continuous line constraint. I'm going to go to the top. Shrink this down a little bit. Angle it in. Close the plate off. Sure. Just, I don't know, something. Maybe we'll do the same here in the middle. Not there. There we go. Close that shape off. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we're on body parts. I wonder, do I have any handles? Handles are great. Um, Maybe is it in, let's see, houseware. Does houseware have any good handles? Oh, we got a VR goggle. Does that count as a handle? Um, I'm just looking to see if I can find. Get back in around so I can face my sensors. Um, Computer mouse, scissors, toilet, a book. Yeah, none of those are feeling like a handle to me. I might need to go make myself a handle because I think that's something that could be really useful. But in the meantime, let's just use these. Um, Oh, I'm on continuous. I like the first one, even though I'm on continuous, but I don't want to be on continuous. Down. And no, rotate the other way. Figuring out how to get the handle on these things can be interesting sometimes. A bit bigger. Handle. Handle. I don't have any reference up right now, and I mean, you guys know I kind of just wing these, but I would say if you were doing this for real, you can bring reference pictures into this tool, and you really, really, really probably want to have some reference what an actual tank looks like when you're making it, because I'm just going off of memory, and memory is notoriously bad for this sort of thing. Let's try something else. Okay. Pray for me. Going to treads. Okay, and I want to put cap there, cap there. Now, if we're being hardcore, I might even put a couple. Wheel things there. I don't like those though. But definitely those caps work for me. So only it's not even. No. I am not symmetrical. Oh, that's why that one's further out too. You bastard. All right, well, screw it. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to turn off mirror. And we're going to place them 4 times. And we're not going to tell anybody that we're not symmetrical. But I guess I can see. I must have moved something because I can see that I'm not now and I used to be. Concept art, not perfect. Okay. Yeah, all right. Kind of feeling it. It's tiny, but it's like a little, it's one of those like AD police from anime urban tanks. That there's our door, right? Okay, and I'm still got that turned off, so perfect time. Got a hatch there, and maybe see the hatch would go this way because it would be there's your hinge. A hatch there. I'm going to start making it non-symmetrical, which actually, it's not quite right though, which I actually like not symmetrical more sometimes for these things because I feel like symmetry, while it's awesome, can take the life out of stuff a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So it's got a hatch on that side. So we want something on this side, but not a hatch. Something that just like works. Maybe we'll just. I have no idea. I have no idea what it is, but it's something that's not symmetrical. It gives us some shapes. And then we will do antenna there. Outside, yeah, sure. And let's see, something across the top of this missile launcher. I'll turn back on mirror because this is symmetrical still. There. And then something on the back. Kind of like, the heck is that? Oh, it's a science fiction brace. Well, there you go, right? I mean, clearly. Yes. Cool. It's definitely a science fiction brace. Throw a couple more in there. It's a sweet peep. So I'm gonna remember that one. And in fact, maybe how we feel about like a bit bigger. What layer am I on? Treads. Oh well, it's all gonna be painted. Layer management. So one thing I wish they would make for this tool, I'm literally going to ask them, is that you could lock layers. Right now you can't. And it's a nightmare. But anyway, cool. So I think we're going to call that our tank for the day. Thank you for following along with me. I will post it up, rendered and keyshot lit, in the comments in a few minutes. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. All right, guys, let me just save out. Where we at? 5 million polys. Cool. And we're saving. And I have no idea what I'll make tomorrow, but again, if you have anything you kind of want me to try, let me know. Otherwise, I'll come up with something between now and tomorrow morning. And have a good one. Okay, bye-bye.